Base hit down the left field line past Hayes. 1 run has scored. The ball gets by Hall in the corner. They'll wave another run in. The relay throw will not be in time. It goes past Stanley. And Polonia goes all the way to third, and the Yankees are really in the soup. A great job of hitting by Polonia. Left center field. It is a base hit. Cut off by Hall in the gap. Going to second and Soho. The throw is not in time. It's a double for Soho, an RBI, and the Angels are beating the stuffing out of the Yanks. It's a 5-0 ball game, California. Pitch.
Fastball is high, 3-1. Stevens checks his swing. Also, another point to show how uncomfortable Stevens is at home. He has 6 home runs and 5 of them away from Anaheim Stadium. And the right field porch here in Anaheim is not very unfair for a lefty batter. The 3-1, check swing, and grounded up the middle. Pat Kelly charges, fires, got him. So for the Angels, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And at the end of 3 full, it's California 5 and the Yankees nothing.
77. And Finley deals outside 1-0. The Yankees are being no hit. And they trail 5-0 here in the fourth. Other than that,
it's a beautiful night.
Terrific baseball game for the Yanks. And Finley deals, and the pitch is low.
John, I went up to Mel with the rumor about the Red Sox, and you know how Mel hates Boston. Hates. And he said that he had in fact heard the rumor, and that he thinks it was fairly true. I'll tell you what he said. It's a hilarious line.
2-0 is chopped to first.
Lee Stevens feels he takes it himself and quickly 1 away.
I said, Mel, would you play in Boston? I mean, for so many years you've spoken about how you hate it. He goes, well, they'd have to pay me a lot of money. And I said, well, why? He goes, well, I'm going to need a lot of bail money.
And Mel Hall was stopped for questioning, and not very nicely, in the Boston airport one day, simply because he was running through, well, you've heard the story so many times in so many ways. D. Brown.
Right.
Yes. Here's Roberto Kelly with 1 out. Finley deals a fastball high, 1-0. Isn't it amazing? You know, you do your homework, Mike, before the game, and you come up with all the stuff on Finley, and you ask a lot of people why and what's happening and what's he doing wrong. Is his arm hurt and such? The 1-0 is chopped up the middle and through the center field for a base hit. So Roberto, who walked his first time, hits a bouncing single up the middle and has the first hit of the ball game for the Yanks. And then he comes up and pitches the way he has. He has struck out 3, walked only 1, and there's the first hit. That was a bouncing single. Baseball, more so than basketball, hockey, and football, is the most inexplicable game.
Can't explain it either.
Not at all. Here's Don Mattingly. The Yankees trail at 5-0. Finley deals, and there's a fast strike on the outside corner of the knees. He is hitting great spots with his pitches tonight, at least thus far. Mattingly struck out his first time. Yankees got to get a couple of runs soon so they can chip away at this 5-run lead. Finley deals, and the pitch is grounded just foul. Ball is breaking away, and Mattingly went with it and grounded it just foul outside of third. A little bit closer. That'd be a double right over the bag. Instead, the count 0-2. And Danny Chartwell on deck. Roberto leads off first. And the 0-2 breaking ball is popped up to center field. On the run is Felix. Coming, and he drops the bat. And third and second baseman throws in time to the fourth. So on your scorecard, you can't blame Roberto Kelly. He played it halfway, and then when the ball was dropped by Felix, he was heading back to first base. There was no one. The second baseman, Soho, had gone out to center field. There was no one at second. But then the shortstop, D. Sarcina, got there. So if you're wondering what it looks like a 4-6 force. And you'd say, hey, that's an easy ground ball. They went the force at second, not in time to first. But in reality, it was a pop fly that fell in off Felix's glove. 2 outs. Here's Chartable. And the fastball rockets high, 1-0.
That was not a good pitch for Mattingly to swing at. He's becoming increasingly impatient at the plate. And I guess he's just trying to make something happen. He swung at a pitch up in his eyes and away. All he could do was pop it up. He should have just taken the 0-2 pitch.
Pitch down low to Chartable, and the count 2-0. So a 4-6 force, and there's Mattingly at first with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's all California. They lead it 5-0 over the Yanks. The tall left-hander is set and checks his runner, who's not going anywhere. And the pitch, good fastball in the inside corner for a strike. He is hitting great spots with his pitches. Good fastballs in on the hands and breaking balls away. And the split finger.
He puts his fastball there, he's unhittable.
Indeed. It'll be a 2-1 from Finley to Chartable. There is another pitch on the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down, to drink light yet satisfy completely. Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. Now the stretch by Finley. Mattingly with his lead. There's the 2-2. Split finger at low, and the count 3-2. Roberto Kelly has had a walk and a single, and those are the only 2 times the Yankees gotten on base off Finley. It'll be a payoff. Mattingly off with the pitch, and it's cut on a miss out of the strike zone. I think it was a breaking ball without any bite, and it was way high and outside. Chartable chased a bad pitch. For the Yankees, no runs a hit. They leave 1, and now at the end of 3.5 innings of play, it's California 5. And the Yankees, nothing. And they lead at 5-0, and Finley has been absolutely terrific. You know, you can copy the bottle or can, but you can't copy what's in it. The real brewed taste of Snapple's all-natural iced teas is the best. Try regular and diet decaffeinated Snapple iced teas. Delicious flavors such as peach, mint, and cranberry. Snapple iced teas. They're made from the best stuff on earth. The Angel fourth begins with Mike Fitzgerald, then Gary DiSarcina, and then the top of the order, Luis Polonia. Fitzgerald had a base hit in that 4-run rally in the second inning, right-hand hitter, and he takes up high, 1-0. The totals pretty much tell the story, don't they? 0-1-1 for the Yanks, 5-7-0 for California. And Sanderson deals, and Fitzgerald swings. It's a high fly ball to shallow left. Hall comes in, and he puts it away, 1 down. On the members-only scoreboard, the Mets scored a run in the first, and David Cone made it stand up. Great pitching duel at Shea. Mets win it 1-0. Cone defeats Billy Swift. Swift loses a 4-hitter. Cincinnati beat St. Louis 8-1. Greg Swindell won it. Darnell Coles and Bill Doran homered. Montreal shut out San Diego 3-0 behind lefty Chris Knobholz. Andy Bennis-Ross, and John Wetland is becoming quite a closer at his 18th save of the year. Sanderson deals, and DiSarcina takes a strike. Philadelphia beat Los Angeles 11-3. Dave Hollins and Darren Dalton had home runs. Hollins 12th and Dalton's 14th. Oral Hershiser got beaten up again. He's now 7-8. Kurt Schilling won the game. Breaking ball strike. Brian, did you notice that? Because you wrote it down that Philadelphia must have had some kind of an event going on. They drew 50,606. The pitch is popped up to shallow center field. It's going to dunk in for a base hit off the bat of DiSarcina. Gary hits a little pop fly single, and there's 1 on and 1 out. Last night, Pittsburgh beat Chicago 2-1. Tonight, Chicago beat Pittsburgh 2-1. Two teams that absolutely cannot score. Greg Maddux won it. He's 11-8. Randy Tomlin lost it. He's 10-6. No homers in the game. And Atlanta gets great pitching every night, and they shut out Houston 5-0. John Smoltz pitched a 5-hit shutout, and he's 11-6. Very easy to go to war when your top three pitchers are Avery, Smoltz, and Tommy Glavine, who may be the best of the bunch, maybe. And then they back it up with Charlie Leibrandt, Mike Bilecki. Not bad. The pitch to Polonia is a breaking ball strike. Louis had a big night. He has singled and scored a run. He has doubled and knocked in 2 runs. In the American League, Milwaukee beat the White Sox in 11, 4-3. The White Sox had won last night in 12, 5-4. Kevin Seitzer had 2 homers. B.J. Surhoff had 1. Here's the 0-1. Polonia takes another breaking ball low. A hard curve, not the slow curve from Sanderson. The count 1-1. Minnesota beat Boston 3-2. Scoring a run in the bottom of the 10th to win it. Throw to first. D. Sarcina is back. Kansas City scored a run the bottom of the 9th. Beat Cleveland 4-3. Paul Sorrento had a home run for the Indians. Baltimore shut out Texas 8-0. Mike DeCina pitched a 1-hit shutout. He's 10-3. He's a great pitcher. Polonia swings and chops one to short. Could be 2. Stankiewicz fields, steps in the bag, goes to first, double play. Nice play by Andy. We'll finish the scoreboard when we get back in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Now at the end of 4 innings of play, the score: California 5, the Yankees nothing. Puts on the brakes and comes back. Good idea. He might have made it. Curtis does not have a good arm, but he made a very nice throw. But suppose he gets thrown out. Down 5-0, I mean. Well, Laird's put the brakes on at the opportune moment. Here's Charlie Hayes. With members only, you're always traveling in style, especially with members only luggage, lightweight and heavy duty. Just one more way. Members only helps you look great anywhere you go. And no matter where you are, November 3rd, don't forget to vote. It's a reminder for members only in the New York Yankees. Finley deals. Hayes cuts and misses, and a pitch almost over his head. Yankees have to stop swinging at pitches out of the strike zone. And the count 0-1. Tartabull struck out on a pitch like that. Mattingly hit a pop fly on a pitch like that. It'll be an 0-1. The pitch is lofted foul down the right field line out of play. And the count 0-2. Hayes hitting 7th in the Yankee order. Mike Stanley on deck. It'll be an 0-2. Laird's has his lead. Pitch. Fastball is high. Blocked by Fitzgerald. The count 1-2. The Angels scored a run in the first and then broke through with 4 in the second off Sanderson. Sanderson still pitching. He settled down, but the damage might very well have been done. The Yankees trail at 5-0. It'll be a 1-2. Finley to the plate. It swung on and hits a deep center field. Felix back. He will make the catch in dead center field. Laird's comes back to first. Hayes at a high fastball. He hit it hard, but to straightaway center field. And there's the out. For those who've never been in this ballpark, it was designed down the lines anyway, kind of like Yankee Stadium. It's about 3:15 down the lines. You can't see the line markers. Then they have bullpens like an old Yankee Stadium just off the grandstand before the bleachers. And then when you get to the bleachers, it's 362, then 370, and 386. And in dead center field, 404. Good ballpark to hit it. The pitch is strike. So on the deepest power alley, it's only 386. And 404 to dead center. In the power alley where people hit for the most part, it's about 370. So, and the ball travels well, especially during the day. It'll be an 0-1 to Stanley.
1 on, 1 out pitch. Line, base hit. Past third, down the left field line. It'll roll in the corner. Curtis after it, playing it off. It gets through his legs. So that means Leyritz will score. Stanley around second, puts on the brakes. It'll be a double for Stanley. Now let's see if they give him an RBI. The ball did roll through Curtis' legs off the wall. It should be a double, sending Leyritz to third and an error. And it is. So there's no RBI. And that's good scoring. But it's a 5-1 game, so the Yankees are on the board now. If either Pat Kelly or Stankiewicz could get a base hit, why, 5-2 in the fifth, not so bad. Mike Stanley leads off second. The pitch to Pat Kelly, foul back. And the Angels with a 5-1 lead. One man out. Mike Stanley leads off second. And here's the 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked by Fitzgerald. Snap Up. Snapple's awesome all-natural sports drink now has an iced tea Snap Up. Enjoy the great taste of iced tea Snap Up. What a great way to replenish lost nutrients. Snap Up, only from Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. Pitch. Cut on a miss. There's the forkball, down and away. And then the count 1-2. It'll be a 1-2 to Pat Kelly. The pitch is lined down the left field line. It is a base hit. Around third is Stanley. He's held up. Stanley did not play that very well. The runners at first and third. It was a line drive down the left field line. Curtis ran over. Of course, we're upstairs where it's much easier to see. That ball was going to drop in, and Stanley kind of ran to third on tippy toes and rounded the bag. Now Marcel Latchman, the pitching coach, comes out. That should have been an RBI and another run. It only hurts if the Yankees do not get the run in. They don't get the run in. Boy, they've lost a run. That should have been a run. Guys on second base with a lead. The ball is hit kind of a long way toward left field and kind of down the line. And Curtis really didn't have much chance to make the catch. No, Stanley only gets to third. And now the Yankees have first and third, one out. The noise in the background, a little bit of Who Struck John down in the area behind home plate. Oh, shades of home, huh? But the malefactors, the perpetrators, have been escorted from the arena. Here's Stankiewicz. The pitch is hit up the middle, off the leg of Finley. It'll be a base hit. A run will score as Stevens recovers the ball in foul territory. So a base hit for Stankiewicz and an RBI. And it's a 5-2 ball game. And Stanley's conservative base running did not hurt the Yanks. Stankiewicz banged one up the middle for what should have been a base hit, putting men at first and third. But Finley's leg got in the way. It hit off his leg, or his foot really, and caromed. Foul outside the first base area. Stevens had no play to make. He went over and picked up the ball. So the Yankees have scored twice. They have first and second, one out. The big hitters are coming up, and Finley will take a couple from the mound to see if he's okay. And now the Angels start their bullpen.
And the problems he's had with his feet, that's the last thing he needs, John, is to be hit on his foot. But he seems like he's okay. He's walking off the back of the mound right now, picking up the rosin bag. He's waved off John Walton and the trainer, so he will remain in. And he'll face Mel Hall with runners on first and second. Shows you how quickly things can turn. And also, when a pitcher is struggling, John, he can throw together maybe 4 innings of good baseball, but then all the things that have been going wrong over the course of the season can come back and haunt you over one inning, and that's what's happening right here. He's getting the pitches up. It's nothing that he's throwing is staying down, and the Yankees are sitting on it.
He'll pitch to Hall, first and second, one man out. Finley deals, breaking ball, cut on a miss. The Yankees got to swing at better pitches. They're really helping Finley out. He would be behind most hitters, but the Yankees are taking swings at some gosh awful pitches. That breaking ball was, about a foot or so outside. The RBI for Stanky the Yankee is his 17th. The Yankees have scored twice. Hall, in fact, is the tying run. 5-2 Angels. 2 on, 1 man out. Top of the 5th. Finley deals. Breaking ball strike.
Well, Hall's always complaining the last couple of days about how no one's on base when he gets to the plate in the number 2 hole. While he's got runners on first and second now, a single will likely bring home 1 because Pat Kelly has excellent speed, and anything into the gap will probably bring home 2. So Mel can't complain right now. Now he's got to deliver.
I can't tell who it is, but there's a right-hander warming up in the Angels bullpen. I can see from where he is throwing, but I can't see him. He is in the back of the bullpen. The 2 bullpens here are like the old bullpens in Yankee Stadium.
I think it's Chuck Krim, John.
Okay. The runners lead at first and second. It'll be an 0-2. Pitch inside, almost hit him. And the count 1-2. Pat Kelly's at second, Stankiewicz at first. Base hits by Leyritz, and after Hayes flied out deep to center, Stanley doubled, Pat Kelly singled, and Stankiewicz singled. So the Yankees have put 4 hits together for 2 runs, and they got 2 more men on. It'll be a 1-2 to Hall. Breaking ball is chopped toward first. It's fielded by Stevens. He tags Hall out in the base path, and the runners go to second and third. Well, here's a big man in this game, Roberto Kelly. A base hit, unless it's an infield single, would make it 5-4, and the Yankees would be, in effect, all the way back. If Finley gets Kelly, he still has a 3-run lead going to the 6th, at least a 3-run lead. Now, here's a big man. Kelly has walked and singled. And a single here would mean 2. Finley deals, and the pitch is up high, 1-0. You know, Finley might think about pitching around Roberto. You got a left-hand hitter on deck, and Don Mattingly. Here's the 1-0. It's low, 2-0.
That's a tough choice, because then you've got to pitch Mattingly perfectly. There's no place to put him, but in the 2 previous at-bats that Mattingly's had against Finley, he has not looked good at the plate. One time he looked at a called 3rd strike. The other time he popped up to short center field for a 4-6 force out.
It'll be a 2-0. It's high. Breaking ball on the count, 3-0. You let Kelly go on this?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a good pitch anyway.
I don't think so either. I don't think he's going to throw a fastball down the pipe at all. I think he might walk him. The 3-0. There's a strike. He did throw a fastball, but he got it down the inside corner. Nice pitch.
That's why you don't give him the green light, because hitters sometimes are not that disciplined, and they'll swing at anything that's 3-0, and they might not get a hit.
Runners lead to second and third with 2 out. It'll be a 3-1 to Kelly. 5-2 Angels. A base hit means 2. The pitch cut on and grounded. Foul outside of third. Just missed. Gonzalez could not have stopped that. And that ball went over the bag, but it went over foul. And so now the count 3-2. Well, now 3-2. Finley can throw him a great pitch, and if he misses, so what? And by great pitch, I mean he can throw a fork ball low or breaking ball down and into the ankles.
What Finley's been doing on 2-strike pitches is riding the fastball up, and the Yankees are swinging at the pitch out of the zone. Let's see if they lay off here, and if he throws the same pitch.
It'll be a 3-2. It's foul to the plate.
That was low.
Yeah, I think he threw a fork ball. Big moment in the game for the Yanks and the Angels. The Yankees have gotten 2 back.
But with runners at second and third, a base hit would mean 2 more. And if you're 5-4, hey, that's midway through the game. You have, in effect, an even game. Again, the runners lead at second and third. The payoff is corked down the left field line, but foul. Yanked it foul. And we'll have our third 3-2 pitch.
You notice one thing, though, John, that Roberto is just pulling off everything. He's trying to turn, open up, and pull everything to left field. That's why his average is down to 280. That's why he's been in a slump over the last month and a half. If a pitch is outside, he's got to go the other way. But he's just so intent on pulling things and hitting the ball over the left field wall. It's mind-boggling, really. He's such a good hitter.
The 3-2's inside. He tried a fastball in on the hands and missed. Now the bases are loaded, and here's Don Mattingly, and well, the same rule applies. A single, the same pop fly that Mattingly hit last time, for example, would make this, in effect, a brand new game. But then there were not 2 outs, and Kelly had to hold up, and after the pop fly dropped, he was forced at second.
John, could you believe he took that pitch?
It was a tough pitch. It was on the inside part of the plate, but just missed. Now here's Mattingly. He's 0 for 2. Bases loaded, 2 out. Finley deals way outside with a breaking ball. Now, I'm telling you something. Finley would be in a lot of trouble in this game, Mike. Throughout the game, if the Yankees would lay off the sweeping breaking ball that's way outside or the fastball that's over their heads. They have helped Finley out. Mattingly laid off that pitch. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball low, 2-0, and now everything changes. Like last night, one thing about bases loaded, puts a premium on strikes. Now Finley has to throw a strike, and Mattingly will probably see a heck of a pitch to swing at. The 2-0. There's a strike. It was a fastball, maybe on the outer edge at the knees. Good pitch by Finley.
That looked a little bit low. They gave him that 2-0 pitch. And Mattingly now still has another good pitch coming at 2-1.
Bases loaded, 2 men out. 5-2 California. The 2-1. He missed outside with a fastball. The count 3-1.
Mattingly showing great patience, John. The first 2 at-bats, he got himself out. And on that pitch, he swung at that twice against Finley and popped it up to the left side. This time he laid off the pitch. Now he's got a 3-1 pitch.
Now Finley has to come in with a strike or walk in a run. The 3-1. It's chopped high in the air towards second. Soho fields, he throws, not in time. It's a base hit for Mattingly, an RBI, and it's a 5-3 ball game. He just beat it out.
And that was a great play by Roberto Kelly. He saw how close that was going to be, and he really turned on the Jets to get into second base. He's on second base now with his left knee resting on the base, his right leg out. He really turned it all out so that Soho couldn't field and tag him. Once Roberto Kelly bolted past Soho, his only play was to fire to first, and Mattingly was bolting down the line as fast as he could go, and he just beat it out.
I mean, just beat it out. But beat it out he did. Mattingly gets a ribby. A base hit now ties the game. Finley to Chartable way outside, 1-0. So the Yankees, left for dead, down 5-0, can tie the game on a little old single by Danny Chartable. Mattingly picks up his 46th RBI. Stanko's at third. Roberto Kelly at second. Mattingly at first. Bases drunk. Pitch. Strike outside corner. But one way or t'other, the Yankees are back in the game. 5-3 here in the top of the 5th. Chartable's 0 for 2. It'll be a 1-1. Breaking ball low. You know, Mattingly probably hit that ball right off the plate. And it kangarooed high in the air towards Soho at second. Kelly just went by him. Then he had no play. Had a fire to first, and Mattingly had just hit the bag before the throw. It'll be a 2-1 to Danny. Now Finley deals. Strike. Fastball inside corner. Great pitch. He has had that working tonight. Fastball right in on the hands in their kitchen, as they say, in the count 2-2. However, let Finley miss a little bit with that pitch, and that ball will be hit hard. It'll be a 2-2 with the bases loaded, 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Finley deals way outside, 3-2, and now Finley has to throw a strike or force in a run. Danny Chartable, who usually exercises tremendous patience, has a very good eye.
will be ready to swing at a 3-2. The merry-go-round will begin. Runners all going from all three bases. Here's the 3-2. It's low, ball 4. Chartable walks. A run is forced in. It's a 5-4 ball game, and the Yankees, like Lazarus, have risen from the dead. That'll be all for Finley. Finley was with 1 out of a win. He won't get it tonight. He has to go 5 full, as John Wathan, the manager, acting manager of the Angels, comes out of the dugout. Second trip to the mound, so they will have to go to the bullpen. And by the way, if they do bring in Chuck Krim, now we can't see in the bullpen. If they are bringing in a right-hander, then the Yankees probably will get up Kevin Moss. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is New York Yankees baseball.
Charles Nagy, Carlos Baerga, Sandy Alomar Jr., and the rest of the Cleveland Indians in a big 3-game series Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights, August 3rd, 4th, and 5th at 7:30. Tickets are on sale at the stadium, Ticketmaster, and the Yankees clubhouse store. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and suddenly Scott Sanderson has himself a ball game again. Going into the 5th, Sanderson was looking at a 5-run deficit, 5-0. But the Yankees tacked on 4 runs in the top of the 5th inning against Chuck Finley and knocked Finley out of the game. So now the game is 5-4. It's a ball game, and now Sanderson must pitch tough. Must keep the Angels from scoring in this inning. That's a problem the Yankees have had all year. They get some runs in an inning, their pitchers give it right back. Kills the momentum. He must shut down the Angels right now.
Yeah, Mike, I do agree, and I think if he does, I think the Yankees are going to wind up scoring a couple more runs in this game. Luis Sojo takes up high. Here's the line on Finley. 4 2/3, 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Almost all the damage off Finley in that inning. Here's the 1-0, and Sojo fouls it back. Sojo is 1 for 2. He had a double and an RBI when the Angels scored 4 in the second inning. He's a right-hand hitter. It'll be Sojo, Felix, and Von Hayes, 2, 3, and 4. The 1-1 is lined to left field. Hall goes back, away back in left field. Hall has to play it off the wall. It rolls by him, and Sojo will go to second with a double. He didn't miss by much. He did not miss by much. The ball hit about halfway up on the blue canvas, just past on the center field side of the Yankee left field bullpen. Now the Yankee bullpen immediately goes to work. Sanderson threw a fastball right over the plate. Sanderson's been troubled by location. That fastball has got to be either on one of the 2 corners. It can't be over the plate. He doesn't throw hard enough for that. Well, here's Junior Felix. At the worst, Felix would like to pull the ball here and hit a bouncer to the right side and get Sojo over to third. Hayes comes in at third, and Felix fouls it off. Felix has singled and has been hit by a pitch. Pitch is grounded to first. He did his job. Mattingly fields, steps on the bag, but over to third goes Sojo. And so now Luis Sojo's at third with 1 out. Von Hayes is the hitter. Let's see if the Yankees bring the infield in.
Would you bring him in right here?
Yes. I do not want the Yankees to get 2 runs behind, and I'm willing to chance it if he hits a ground ball.
I think I agree, and I think Buck Showalter agrees as well. The infield is in.
Hayes has hit 2 ground balls to second, 1 into a double play. Mattingly playing off first, and Pat Kelly playing near first. They can shake hands. Pitch. Slow curve strike on the outside.
Attention, here is the pitching line on Finley. 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs they were earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 85 pitches.
Now Mattingly comes over to talk with Sanderson. Hayes is playing on the infield grass. Stanko is just behind the infield grass. On the right side, Pat Keller and Mattingly playing
a little deeper, but they're in, ready to come home. Pitch, fastball inside, the count 1-1. The Yankees rallied for 4 in the 5th. Now a fly ball will give the Angels another run. 5-4 California. Here is the stretch by the Yankee right-hander. And the 1-1. Fastball inside, and the count 2-1. The on-deck hitter is Chad Curtis. At this stage of his career, not a great hitter. So if Sanderson, if he winds up walking Hayes, it won't be a calamity, because at least he can set up the ground ball double play. It'll be a 2-1 to Hayes. Pitch is off the outside corner, slow curve, and the count 3-1. The runner at third is Soho. It'll be a 3-1 pitch. Sanderson deals. Slow curve is cut on and fouled off, and the bat sails past Mattingly. That's how fool Von Hayes was. Well, now 3-2. I guess you try an excellent pitch. I don't know what it is. And if you miss, and so what? And then you set up a ground ball double play with an inexperienced right-hand hitter.
It was tough to double up, though, because he's very quick.
Yeah. You would think that the worst pitch you could throw to Hayes would be the slow curve, because if he really is just trying to make contact, obviously you can double clutch and make contact. Hayes took a huge cut. You got just a little piece of it, and the bat sailed a lot further than the ball. Now Stanley goes out to talk with Sanderson about this big pitch. Have the infield up. There is one out. Bottom of the 5th. Sanderson set now. Von Hayes backs out. Here's the 3-2. Slow curve is hit in the air to right center field. It'll get the run in, and it drops between Kelly and Tartabull at their signals crossed. It'll be a double for Hayes, and RBI. 6-4 California. How do you like that? It was a fly ball to right center. Either could have made the catch, and neither did. And it goes as a fly ball, Alphonse Gaston double between Kelly and Tartabull. And the Angels have a 2-run lead.
It looked like both of them were looking at each other saying, all right, which one will get the better throw home? And then they finally figured out that it was probably too deep anyway. Then they looked at each other again and say, who has the better catch? And then it just fell between them. But the bigger story here, John, again, the Yankees score 4 in the 5th. As I mentioned at the top of this, you got to shut down the team when you score runs in the top of the inning, or the next inning when you score runs in the bottom, and the Yankees simply do not do it. They give a run right back. Now they're yanking Sanderson out of the ball game, and they're going to go to the bullpen.
And so on a 3-2, he threw a slow curve, and Hayes, who had seen a slow curve before, made contact. Tim Burke is coming in. Hey, if you Yankee fans back there are thinking of booing, go right ahead. I don't blame you at all. Tim Burke comes in. It is 6-4 Angels. Hayes gets his 18th RBI with that fly ball double. Let's face it, he would have had an RBI anyway. That ball was out in right center field. Jesse Barfield doesn't throw anyone out at the plate on that. So the right-hander Tim Burke comes in.
I'll give the Angels credit for one thing, John. They play baseball the way it should be played, in that they move the runners along. They're not a very good hitting team. In fact, they're lousy. But Soho opens up with a double. Felix does the most important thing, and he hits the ball to the right side of the infield to move Soho to third. And I'll tell you something, John. The Yankees are a much better hitting team than the Angels. We watch them every inning of every game, And they do not do little things like that sometimes. Many times.
Absolute. You know, Mike, I guess we're dumping so much on the Angels, but if you're not going to say it, then what's the point of knowing these things? And the Angels lineup doesn't compare with any other lineup. You say the Mets can't score runs. Yeah, but they have Bonilla and Murray and Hojo in the middle of their lineup. The Angels don't have anyone like that. It's the worst lineup in the major leagues. And let's face it, they beat the Yankees last night. They got a chance tonight, leading 6-4. And Hayes at second with 1 out. Sanderson only goes 4 1/3. And, you know, he's the number 2 pitcher, and he's not exactly having a great year. The Yankees starting pitching is inadequate, and that's putting it mildly.
He started the season as the number 1. He sunk to number 2. I think he would have sunk lower, but there's nobody to step up to number 2, so they keep him at number 2. And really, you don't want to continue to beat a dead horse, but the Yankees just don't have the pitching.
Absolute. And that's one thing about baseball. They find you out. There's no emotion. There's no drive. There's no intensity. There's no hustle. There's no win one for the Gipper. You play every single darn day, and if you don't have pitching, hey, they're going to find it out. You got to send out a different pitcher every day for 5 days. The Yankees almost never have a day off, like all major league teams. You don't have pitching, they're going to find it out, Buster. Here's Chad Curtis, right-hand hitter, and Burke deals, and the pitch is low outside, 1-0. Sanderson, responsible for Von Hayes, so his line is not complete, but not very good. 4 1/3, 10 hits, and right now 6 runs. Burke deals, on the pitch is inside, and the count 2-0. Boy, this inning has really moved right along, hasn't it? Curtis, a right-hand hitter, is 0 for 2. Now Burke deals, and the fastball's inside, 3-0.
John, Burke hasn't pitched in a week. The last time he pitched was Friday night against Seattle. So you would assume that no matter how much you throw in the bullpen, there's nothing like throwing off the mound in a game. He's going to be a little bit off.
Well, that's just what the Yankees wanted to hear. It'll be 3-0. Outside, ball 4. Yeah, I know a great radio story. This goes back many years, but this company, broadcast company, goes back, had a big rocker in a town, and another station decided to go rock, so they flew into town to meet with the program director, general manager, I guess, and said, you know, what can we expect now that this station is going to go rock? And the guy said, well, we got to figure to lose about half our audience. They didn't want to hear that, so they fired him right away. Here's Rene Gonzalez, 2 on and 1 out. Burke deals. Gonzalez foul tips it, strike 1.
Kill the messenger.
I guess that's not the message they wanted to hear. Runners at first and second, 1 man out, bottom of the 5th. Gonzalez having a big year. He's 1 for 2. He leads the Angels in home runs. That amazing. A backup right-hand hitting utility infielder. Now he's playing third base on a pretty regular basis. Leads the Angels in homers. It'll be an 0-1. It's low, and the count 1-1. The noise in the background, if you're wondering what is that going on, they're attempting to do the wave and doing it very poorly. Time is called now as Gonzalez backs out.
Now Burke has the runner picked off. He throws to second. They got him. Burke took so darn long. He faked out Von Ace. It went so long between pitches that Hayes finally was just simply caught off second, and Burke whirled and took his time, then threw, and the tag was applied by Pat Kelly, and so the pickoff goes 1-4, and now there are 2 outs.
That's a great move by Burke. He kicks the leg up and spins around, and the leg, and that's his left leg, will land on the second base side of the rubber. He spins completely around, and Hayes got picked.
So Curtis, now the lone base runner, he's at first base.
Maybe that's the way for the Yankee pitchers to get some outs.
Well, that's how they do it. The Yankees do pick off a lot of people. Havian does.
Perez does. Monteleone has an excellent move.
It'll be a 1-1 to Rene Gonzalez. And the pitch inside almost hit him. And the count 2-1.
Cataray has an excellent move.
And they got a lot of practice. The Angels lead it 6-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch, a runner goes. The throw by Stanley is not in time. Curtis steals the base. Curtis steals for the 12th time. He is now 12 out of 21. That's not a great percentage, but Curtis did swipe the base. Pretty good throw by Mike Stanley, but Curtis had it beaten. And now there's a runner at second, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. Of course, we've been in the 5th inning for about an hour, so and maybe that's why I said that, if I said that. Meanwhile, Tim Burke takes a walk around the back part of the pitcher's mound. I know what's going to happen now. Burke will pick the runner off second base and go to the 6th inning. It'll be a 3-1 to Rene Gonzalez. Pitch is chopped foul. We'll have a 3-2 delivery. He's working every day at it. The 3-2 missed outside, ball 4. Gonzalez is on, and that'll bring up Lee Stevens. So Burke has come in the game, and really all he's done is walk 2 people, but he did pick off 1, and that is saving both Burke and the Yankees. Now 2 outs, 2 on, and here is Stevens.
John, let me ask you, in that story, did they mention at all if Palermo's still getting paid?
No. I would figure that he is.
I would hope that he is.
I would hope that he is, and I'm sure that they have a tremendous insurance plan. So I'm not sure of anything, but that's what I would think. In the story, he started to become friends with kids who suffered all kinds of problems, and one kid, 5 years old, had to leave the hospital. He said, well, where is he? Jonathan, his name was. The pitch to Stevens, cut on and fouled off. And they said, well, his insurance ran out. And Palermo said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And they have started a foundation for kids with the kind of spinal or neurological injuries that Palermo is suffering from to help destitute people out or poor people out. Imagine telling a family with a child 5 years old who needs help that, I'm sorry, the insurance has run out. I mean, that's disgraceful. There should be national health care in this. The pitch to Stevens. Strike on the outside corner. In a country as plentiful as this, first of all, in any country in the world, I mean, there shouldn't be anyone who is wanting for medical aid. And I don't mean to get into politics here. I ought to shut my big mouth. 0-2 on Lee Stevens. Anyway, if you get a hold of that article, what an arm. I must have cried 8 times in that story. Stevens has singled in 2 trips. And the Angels have Curtis at second, Gonzalez at first, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. 6-4 California. It'll be an 0-2 to the big lefty hitter. Pitch missed outside. And the count 1-2.
Game's got great pace to it. The game has got great pace to it, John.
Well, it has slowed to a halt. The right-hander ready to deal. 1-2 to Stevens. On its way. Strike 3. Fastball outside corner. So Burke finally gets the third out. The Angels score a run on 2 hits and leave 2. And now at the end of 5 innings of play, the score, California 6 and the Yankees 4. Let's get a run right away. Gee, how deflating. But, hey, that's a lot in life for the Yankees. And if they want to win, they got to score some runs, and they got the talent to do it. So they trail by 2. Chuck Krim in his first full inning. As Charlie Hayes comes up, let's take 10 seconds for station ID. This is New York Yankees baseball.
All right, you Gavones, this is Bob Grant, reminding you to tune in every weekday to the Bob Grant program from 3 to 7 on WABC New York.
John Sterling, Michael Kay, Brian Ferguson here at the Big A in Anaheim. The right-handed Chuck Krim deals. Hayes takes low, 1-0. Charlie is 0 for 2 on the night. Bottom third of the order. Hayes, Stanley, and Pat Kelly.
His 0 for 2 brings him under 250 for the first time this season.
The pitch. There's a strike. Breaking ball in the outside corner. Krim, basically fastball slider kind of pitcher. Pitched for years in Milwaukee. Here's the 1-1 to Hayes. Strike. Fastball in the outside corner. He's hit the same spot twice. Once with a slider, one with a fastball, and Hayes behind 1-2. The 1-2 up high. The Yankees compressed just about all their offense tonight into 1 inning. They had 4 runs and 5 of their 6 hits.
Attention, here's the pitching line on Sanderson. 4 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs earned, 1 hit.
The 2-2 is lined toward left field. And right there is Curtis to make the catch, 1 away. Mike will give you the line on Sanderson, and it is somewhat gruesome.
In 4 1/3 innings, he gave up 10 hits, John, 6 runs. They were all earned. In terms of walks, he did not walk about us, and he struck out none.
However, the pitch fouled away. 4 runs, or rather 6 runs in, 4 1/3 is about 12 runs a game. 10 hits would be about
30 hits a game.
No, 20. Your math is worse than mine. No, it's not possible. It'll be an 0-1 to Stanley. He hits a fly ball to left center field. Down the run is Curtis. He's there to make the catch, 2-away.
Well, what I'm figuring, John, is that as the innings go by, he'll tire and give up hits at a greater rate. So that's how I figured that in.
All right. Well, that's not too good for the old ERA, huh?
No, it's not. Sanderson is not the pitcher he was last year for some reason, John. I mean, he has stretches. He's had that stretch of about 5 games where he was that same pitcher, but then he falls into bad habits. His mechanics go south.
Pat Kelly swings and fouls it away. 2 outs, no one on, top of the 6th. The Yankees trail by 2. This Yankee game being brought to you in part by Denny's, home of Grand Slam menu. 10 delicious new breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. Kelly takes the pitch low. And it'll be a 1-1. Kelly hits a high fly to center field. Felix trots on back. And Junior is there to make the catch. 3 fly balls off Krim. Nothing across for the Yanks. At the end of 5 1/2, it is 6-4 California. 4-10, 4-1-0. And then after that, our Newsday confrere got a mention, John Heyman, on the intercom up here. They said the John Heyman comp total is 7. We'll find out tomorrow on the Newsday show if that's an accurate total. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tim Burke in relief of Scott Sanderson deals, and the pitch cut on a miss by Mike Fitzgerald. Strike 1. Fitzgerald, the right-hand hitter. And the Yankees trail 6-4 as we hit the bottom of the 6th. 4-6-1 for the Yanks. 6-10-1 for the Angels.
Burke deals 0-1 outside. Burke and Fitzgerald were a battery up in Montreal for a while. Leave us give you the members-only scoreboard here in the bottom of the 6th. As Burke swings to the windup, here's the 1-1. It's foul to the plate. The Mets and David Cohn shut out San Francisco and Billy Swift 1-0. The Mets scored a run in the first, and that was that. Billy Swift lost a 4-hitter. Cincinnati beat St. Louis 8-1. Darnell Coles and Bill Doran had home runs. Greg Swindell won it. He's 9-2, having a great year in the National League. And he is going to be a free agent, and he's a left-hander. Hint, hint. Montreal shut out San Diego 3-0. Chris Nobholz won it. Andy Bennis lost it, and John Wetland had his 18th save. Pitch. It's bounced back to the mound. Burke fields and throws out Fitzgerald, one away. Philadelphia beat Los Angeles 11-3. Dave Hollins and Darren Dalton had home runs for the Phillies. Hollins 12th, Dalton's 14th. Kurt Schilling defeated Oral Hershiser, who got banged around. Chicago beat Pittsburgh 2-1 in Pittsburgh. They have played 2 games, the Cubs and Pirates, and each has been 2-1. The Pirates won by that score last night. Greg Maddux won it. Randy Tomlin lost it. At Atlanta, and John Smoltz shut out Houston 5-0, a 5-hitter for Smoltz. And the Braves seem to get outstanding pitching every day. Gary DiSarcina leans away from an inside breaking ball. The count 1-0. Now in the American League, as Burke deals, DiSarcina fouls it away. Milwaukee beat Chicago 4-3 in 11. Kevin Seitzer had a couple of home runs, and B.J. Surhoff also homered. That game 1-11. White Sox win one, lose one kind of team, and they're not making any progress in the West at all. They're a very disappointing ball club. Minnesota beat Boston in 10, 3-2. Pitch is grounded slowly off the foot of DiSarcina, foul ball. Kansas City beat Cleveland 4-3 at Royal Stadium. Paul Sorrento had homered in the ninth to tie it. Casey scored a run the bottom of the ninth. Our old buddy Eric Plunk lost the ball game. Baltimore shut out Texas 8-0 in Arlington. Mike Mussina, pitched a 1-hit shutout. He is the goods, huh? He's 10-3.
Against a team like the Rangers, that's even more impressive. A lot of hitters on that team.
And down in Texas, where it probably was 188 degrees. DiSarcina, foul ball. DiSarcina, foul ball. Kansas City beat Cleveland 4-3. Paul Sorrento had homered in the ninth to tie it. He scored a run the bottom of the ninth. Little buddy Eric Plunk lost the ball game. Baltimore shut out Texas 8-0 in Arlington. Mike Mussina, pitched a 1-hit shutout. He is the goods, huh? He's 10-3.
Against a team like the Rangers, that's even more impressive. A lot of hitters on that team.
And down in Texas, where it probably was 138 degrees. Pitches line to deep left field. Hall back. Hall makes a nice one-handed running catch at the wall. I didn't think he was going to get that. That's a heck of a play by Mel Hall. He took a double away from DiSarcina. A very pretty catch. Kevin Brown Ross, he's 14-5 now. Well, you've seen him. He is the whole package. He is an outstanding pitcher and a Stanford graduate. That's a heck of a combination. At the end of 5 innings tonight, Detroit leads Oakland 4-1. Tony Phillips a home run. Bill Gullickson trying for his 10th. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, it's Toronto 4, Seattle 4. Lance Parrish at a 3-run home run. Jimmy Key and Eric Hansen. Polonia takes inside. Brian tells me Mussina also struck out 10 en route to the win. Bottom of the 6th, Yankees trail at 64. Polonia is 2 for 3. Pitch. Strike.
The Yankees really like Tim Burke, John. They really love Burke. They can turn him around. His pitches are going down, and when the Mets, all he did was stay up, and they were crushed. They just love the way he works on the mound. He just has a killer instinct.
And it'll be a 1-1 to Polonia. It's up high. Well, you hope he makes it. Well publicized what he has done. He and his wife are adopting youngsters from different countries in trouble, and he's a very nice guy.
Very soft-spoken.
He just kind of hangs in his little. He has a corner locker in Yankee Stadium, and it's hidden from the outside world. The 2-1 is hit on the ground towards second. Pat Kelly fields and throws out Polonia. Burke has a 1-2-3 inning. He just kind of hangs in his little corner, talking on his cellular.
3 up and 3 down. Now at the end of 6 innings of play, the score: California 6 and the Yankees 4.
One of the greatest rivalries in sports continues when the Yankees take on Roger Clemens and the Boston Red Sox in a big 4-game weekend series. Those dates, you asked? Thursday, August 6th at 1, Friday the 7th at 7:30, and Saturday and Sunday, August 8th and 9th at 1:30. August 6th is also Modell's Sporting Goods Yankee Water Bottle Day for kids 14 and under, and on August 9th, Foot Locker presents Yankee Athletic Sock Day. Get your tickets now at the Stadium, Ticketmaster, and the Yankees Clubhouse stores. John, let me tell you one thing. I guarantee you this. August 6th is also Modell's Sporting Goods Yankee Water Bottle Day for kids 14 and under. And on August 9th, Foot Locker presents Yankee Athletic Sock Day. Get your tickets now at the Stadium, Ticketmaster, and the Yankees Clubhouse stores. John, let me tell you one thing. I guarantee you this. The August 6th game, Thursday, against the Red Sox, will probably go 22 innings. Because I have tickets to the Springsteen concert that night.
Whoa.
And I know it will go on. Heavy.
Probably go 22 innings. Because I have tickets to the Springsteen concert that night.
Whoa.
And I know it will go long.
Heavy. Well, we will then bring you for that concert.
John, I would never leave you.
That's very nice. Probably the only one in the world who can make that statement. We go to the 7th inning with the play-by-play. Here's Michael Kay.
First pitch to Stankiewicz is down and away, 1-0. Leading off here in the top of the 7th inning, Yankees trail the Angels 6-4. It'll be Stankiewicz, Hall, and Kelly, the top of the Yankee lineup. Stevens in on the grass at first, but Gonzalez back at third. The 1-0 is foul back. Looked like he's got a piece of Fitzgerald and rolls to the screen and then kicks back. So the count 1-1. Andy's 1 for 3 tonight. Struck out looking in the first. Fly ball to right in the third. Then had an infield single off Chuck Finley's foot. And drove home a run with that base hit. The 1-1 is swung on and sliced foul into the seats on the right side. 1-2. Mark Eichhorn warming in the bullpen for the Angels. Chuck Krim on in relief of Chuck Finley. The 1-2 is swung on and popped up on the right side. Stevens going over towards the stand, has room and puts it away on the warning track side of the right side of the field for the first out of the inning. You'll always be a winner in members-only tennis wear, as comfortable as they are fashionable. Members-only tennis wear, on and off the court. The look that scores. And remember, members only in the New York Yankees want you to make your mark on November 3rd. Don't forget to register and vote. There's no excuse not to. Here's Mel Hall. He's 0 for 3. The first pitch by Krim is outside, ball 1. 4-6-1 for the Yankees, 6-10-1 for the Angels. Stevens is deep at first base for Hall. Everyone else straight away. The 1-0 swung on and popped up left side of the infield. DeSarcina drifting back, waving everyone off, and he makes the catch in short left field for the second out of the inning. Mind-boggling, John. Chuck Krim is not Dennis Eckersley.
It's amazing.
That one run really hurt that the Angels got back in that inning, and now Krim, after being behind Leyritz 2-0 with the bases loaded, got Leyritz to pop out, and he's retired everyone on very soft fly balls or pop-ups.
Here's Roberto Kelly. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Check swing at the first pitch, fouls it back to the screen. The Yankees have already lost the first game of this 11-game West Coast swing. This is game number 2. They've already lost 4 games in a row. 3 to the Mariners, 1 to the Angels. They've got to snap out of it soon. The 0-1 to Krim.
That's high, 1-1.
Mariners, 1 to the Angels. They've got to snap out of it soon. The 0-1 to Krim. That's high, 1-1. Soho shading Kelly well up the middle. The right side of the infield open to aim for. The 1-1. Swung on and hit toward the right side, but into the stands foul. And you could see by the way the defenses are playing Kelly that they know that over the past 2 months he's been pulling everything. Over the first part of the season, Soho would not be shaded up the middle. He would be playing second base, normal straightaway second base. Just shows you how Kelly has changed as a hitter over the past 2 months. The 1-2 is chopped right back to the pitcher, Krim fields. Over to Stevens. That'll do it for the Yankees. An easy 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 6.5, it's the Angels 6 and the Yankees 4. In favor of their Angels. Bottom of the 7th inning. 2, 3, and 4 against Tim Burke on and relief of Scott Sanderson. Tired of the same old sodas? We'll get Snappleized with Snapple's True Root Beer, Passion Supreme, Creme de Vanilla, and other great tasting 100% all natural sodas. There's nothing phony about Snapple. Snapple is made from the best stuff on earth. Doubled in runs in the second, and then doubled and eventually scored in the 5th. So 2 doubles in 3 at-bats for Louis Soho. Hitting .311. Hayes charging at third, swung on and missed on a slow curve. Hayes started out deep and then came running toward the infield for Soho, trying to cut off the bunt. Now he's even with third again. Mattingly well off the line at first, almost playing second base. Soho, a right-handed hitting batter. The 0-1, swung on and missed. An excellent slider by Tim Burke. Dived down and away, and Soho just waved at it futilely. Second game of a 4-game series between these two teams. Burke deals the 0-2 pitch. Down and away, 1-2. Both teams have 4-run innings. The Angels posted theirs in the 2nd, the Yankees in the 5th. The Angels have 1 run in the 1st and the 5th, and that's the difference. Scott Sanderson is on the losing side right now. The 1-2 is swung on and popped up. It's in the infield. Snap puts over, behind second base, puts it away for the first out of the inning. Don't miss this special giveaway coming up the stadium. On Thursday, July 30th, the Yankees meet the Baltimore Orioles at 1 o'clock, and all fans 14 and under in attendance will take home a replica Yankee batting helmet, compliments of good and fruity candy. Here's Junior Felix. Had an RBI single in the 1st, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, and then grounded out to Don Mattingly in the 5th. Left-handed batter. They play him straight away. First pitch is swung on and missed. Good sinker. Burke has a funny way when he delivers the pitch. It almost looks as if he's addressing you with his glove. He swings it forward toward the batter in a very funky motion. Bends down, and then grabs the ball out of his glove and delivers. The 0-1 is down and in 1-1. Then after he delivers the ball, he almost charges off the mound. He will not receive the return throw from the catcher on the mound. He returns it and gets the return in front of the mound on the grass portion, and he runs to that side of the mound. The 1-1. It's a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Felix hitting .267. Now has 44 RBIs. And that leads the Angels. Burke gets the sign from Stanley. The big wave of the glove. He bends. The 1-2. Chop back to the mound. Burke fields. Fires to Mattingly for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and now to bring up Von Hayes. Hayes wrapped into a double play in the first inning, 4-6-3, then grounded out to Pat Kelly in the second, and then had an RBI double in the fifth. That was a big run because it answers the Yankees' 4-run outburst with a run of the Angels. And that one just fell between Roberto Kelly and Danny Portable as they looked at each other in right center field. Left-handed Hayes against the right-handed Burke. The first pitch. And down and away, 1-0. Everyone playing in normal position, although Pat Kelly is on the outfield grass at second base and giving him more room to roam. Hayes is not that fast. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and sliced foul, left side into the stands. Also, the grass here at Anaheim Stadium is cut so close that it's such a fast infield. It really is. It's almost like AstroTurf. So the ball would get to Kelly quicker anyway, so that gives him about a step where he could play on the grass on the outfield portion. Here's Burke's 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off Mike Stanley. He gets up, retrieves, and will give the ball to the back boy for the Angels. Dan Morrison, the home plate umpire, gives Tim Burke another ball. And Burke strides to the back of the mound. He does not work quickly. He will get the ball on the front of the mound and then walk on the first base side around the mound to the back, think a bit, and then climb the mound to the rubber and get the sign. A long process. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. It remains 1-2. Bottom of the 7th inning here. 2 outs, nobody on. The Angels lead the Yankees by a 6-4 score. 4-6-1 for the Yankees, 6-10-1
For the California Angels.
pitch. Slice foul again, left side over the Angel dugout. Von Hayes hitting .240 with that RBI in the 5th inning. The cleanup hitter for the Angels now has 18 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and away. The count evens at 2-2. Chad Curtis on deck for California. Burke gets the sign from Stanley. Deals the 2-2. High and away, the count is full. And the Yankees also have to be heartened by the fact that Seattle is leading the Blue Jays 6-4 in the middle of the 7th inning at the Kingdome. The Yankees are 12 games out the way it stands right now. They cannot afford to lose any more ground. The full count pitch by Burke. Swung on and sliced foul again into the stands on the left side. So a 3-2 count on Von Hayes. 2 out, bottom of the 7th inning at Anaheim Stadium. The big A, they call it here. And here's the 3-2 from Burke. Swung on and popped up toward the left side. No Hall coming over. Charlie Hayes giving chase, but it makes the seat. Portable and Layrick, so if the Yankees want to use a pinch hitter for Layrick, then the Angels stay But we're in the bottom of the seventh right now. The Yankees lead 6-4. The 3-2 pitch by Burke. The 3-2 pitch by Burke. Swung and fouled off again into the seats on the left side. So Hayes stands flag. Making Burke work. Burke came on in the fifth inning in relief of Scott Sanderson. Walked two batters, picked a runner off second base, and struck out Lee Stevens. And since that point, he worked a 1-2-3-6. Retired the first two batters here in the seventh. Here's the 3-2. Just outside, and Hayes draws a walk. Burke wanted that one. He stayed in his follow-through for a while, and now receives the baseball back from Sanders. Now it's Chad Curtis's turn. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to third in the second. Flied out to Roberto Kelly in the third, and then walked and stole second base in the fifth inning. He walked against Tim Burke. So Mattingly will hold Von Hayes on at first. The right-handed hitting Curtis at bat. And Burke goes over to first. Hayes back in time. Who's the DH. Maloney's got a bad hand, and that inhibits his throwing, which is already very, very poor. So they're putting him in the DH spot. Burke delivers the pitch, but home plate umpire Dan Morrison had called timeout as requested by Chad Curtis. Tim Burke takes a lot of time on the mound. Again, he takes that long stroll around the mound, gives himself time to think, adjusts the sleeves underneath the uniform, and takes a long, hard look at Mike Stanley's signs.
And gets his workout in by walking around the mound.
Hayes leads at first. First pitch to Curtis is swung on and grounded to third. Charlie Hayes fields over to Pat Kelly for the fourth, and that will do it here in the seventh inning. So for the Angels, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base with the force out. And at the end of 7 full, it's the Angels 6 and the Yankees 4.
Now it's a base hit to right field. Krim goes a couple of very, very effective innings. The pitch to Tarnable is low. Right-handed Joe Gray has. You know, Krim can win this game. Finley did not go 5. Now Krim is destined to win this game if Gray could hold the lead. There's a strike. They're without their closer, Brian Harvey. So I guess what they're doing is building up to Fry, the left-hander, and Eichhorn, the right-hander. That's, I would guess, what they're doing. Gray deals, and Chartable cuts and misses.
You know, John, Gray's been their closer for a while, and he's been successful. Maybe John Wathan is just willing to go the 2 innings with Gray to have him close out the game, but he has been, I think he's 4 for his last 4 since taking over the closer role.
He failed as a starter, and yeah, he's pitched very well as a relief pitcher. And Chartable, the tying run. Then he's had 0 for 2 and a walk and an RBI. Pitch is low, and the count at 2-2. Chartable walked with the bases loaded. He was the last person that Finley faced. So Krim went 2 1/3, very effective. Pitch is popped up down the right field line. Hayes comes in, has an easy play, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Now Kevin Moss will come up and hit for Leyritz. I'm looking in the Angel bullpen. There is no one warming up, so Gray will go after the left-hander Moss, who is the tying run.
You know, I hear from a lot of my buddies who listen to the games, John, you guys never rip Showalter. I mean, why do you never rip him? And I tell them, well, we never rip him because he hardly does anything wrong. Well, I'll rip him right now. I really think he should have pinch hit Moss, and we first guessed in that inning.
That's all right. We first guessed. That's perfectly all right.
I just don't understand what he was thinking by having Leyritz hit in the 5th with bases loaded, a right-hander in. You've got Kevin Moss on the bench anyway. It's the 5th inning. Go for the kill.
Yes. And the Yankees, if they lose the game, may have lost it there. It's not fair. It's not on one move. I'll tell you something Joe Torre did tonight about that. I'm glad you brought it up. I forgot to mention it. Anyway, here's Kevin. He's the tying run. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the 8th. And the Angels have a 6-4 lead. The Yankees have done nothing but for 1 inning. Pitch is blooped over third. If it's fair, it's going to be a base. No, it's foul ball. Gonzalez missed a diving try, but it was foul anyway. It would have been a little looper. If the ball was fair, it would have been a no man's land, and it might even have been a double with the roll.
Twice this year, Kevin Mass pulled the same move, John. He looped a ball to left field and stayed there and watched it disgustedly because he didn't get a good cut at it. And he was fine both times. This time he did it again. I don't know if he knew for sure that that was going to go foul, but it wasn't foul by a lot. And he was halfway down the first baseline when that ball landed. I don't know what Kevin is thinking when he does that.
He's either figuring he goes foul or he's so annoyed at himself he forgets to run. And that could have been very serious. If the ball lands fair, it would have rolled a bit. It could have been a double pitch. Grounded foul over the Yankee dugout into the crowd. And the count 0-2. Gray has been in 17 games, 7 starts. That was at the beginning of the year. Then he went back to the minor leagues and came back, and he's been in relief and has pitched very well in relief. And Charlie Hayes on deck. Batting it up first, one out. On the bench, they have Matt Noakes. And they have Deion James. The pitch is fisted on 1 hop to short. Should be 2. Go to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. For the Yankees in the 8th, no runs on a hit. And at the end of 7.5 innings of play, the Angels 6 and the Yankees 4.
Listen.
Left-hander Jerry Nielsen comes in. An appearance as a Yankee pitched very well in his first. That was in the last game of the first half against Seattle. Jerry Nielsen, who really does look like Jerry Mathers, the grown-up Jerry Mathers, the Beaver.
They already are calling that name toward Jerry whenever he enters the clubhouse, all the Yankees.
So the Yankees are changing the battery, something you won't have to do often with Energizer because nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going and going. On the members only, let's run down the scores and we'll give you all the details on the postgame. The Reds beat the Cardinals 8-1 in Cincinnati. Montreal at home defeated San Diego 3-0. Chris Nambos the shutout. Philadelphia at the Vet beat Los Angeles 11-3. Chicago defeated Pittsburgh at Three Rivers 2-1. Greg Maddux won that game. And Atlanta and John Smoltz shut out Houston 5-0. In the American League, Milwaukee beat the White Sox 4-3 at Comiskey in 11 innings. Minnesota at home beat Boston 3-2 in 10 innings. And Kansas City defeated Cleveland 4-3. That was at KC. Baltimore got a 1-hit, 10-strikeout shutout from the great young Mike Mussina and defeated Texas 8-0. Tonight, at the end of 7 innings of play, it's Detroit 4 and Oakland 3. And at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's Seattle 6 and Toronto 4. The pitch is inside to Rene Gonzalez, ball 1 from the left-handed Nielsen. The pitch is low. Mike, talking about managerial choices. Remember I told you about Todd Zeile hit a ball that was called a home run and it wasn't?
Right.
And they changed the call. Pitch is low. Well, in the inning, it wound up first and third, 2 out. And the pitcher, Real Cormier, was up, and the Reds led 3-0. And they had a pinch hitter coming up. The pitch to strike is about the 3rd or 4th inning, I guess. And Torrey changed his mind, and he sent Cormier up. Remember, Zeile's at third base. I mean, they had a run taken away from him. And here's the line by Nielsen, and the 3-1 to Gonzalez outside ball 4. Nielsen walks his first man. Well, Cormier gets a base hit. Ups one down. And it made it 3-1. And so the logical thing is, oh, what a brilliant move by Joe Torre. As a gag, he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he made a very good move because now he keeps his pitcher in. He has the 3-1 game. So that's a great move. They go to the bottom half the inning. And Bill Doran, it's a 2-run home run to make it 5-1, so it wasn't such a good move at that, was it? So, you know, managers are only guessing too. Educated guess, of course. Here's Lee Stevens, 1 on and 0 out. The curveball is outside, 1-0. Here, California has led throughout. They've led at 1.5-0, then 5-4, 6-4. That's where we are. Here in the bottom of the 8th, the Yankees will come up in the 9th, hopefully 2 runs down with just 3 more outs. And what's really bad for the Yankees is they will have lost if they lose this game with their 2 best pitchers. Now, the next 3 starters are Kamenicki, Young, and Hillegas. It'll be a 1-0 to Stevens. First of all, Nielsen checks his runner with a throw at first.
John, one other thing we failed to mention, Steve Farr, who's been on the disabled list and was eligible to come off Wednesday, through yesterday, feels a little bit better. The back was a little stiff getting up today, but he's hoping he comes off tomorrow. The Yankees are still trying to decide.
The pitch is fouled off. Does Nielsen go back, you figure?
No, I think what they might do, John, is go with 12 pitchers. And I don't like that move. They might go with 12 pitchers and send down Mike Humphreys because they're not using Humphreys anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. They're not using him, and they can get by without that because they have a lineup where, frankly, they don't pinch hit for too many people. But that is really overcrowding it, isn't it?
Well, you've got one guy who just is no use to the team in the bullpen, and Tim Leary.
The 1-1 breaking ball is low. I know you'll know this because you're a baseball historian, but it was a few years before the time when you were a young kid watching baseball. It used to be a dumb rule in baseball. I don't know the rule exactly as I was a kid, but if you signed a player for X amount of money at one point to discourage teams, I mean, they had it all working. They had a monopoly of every kind. The 2-1 missed outside. 3-1. Nielsen gets a miss off in trouble. And the Yankees. And so you sign a guy for X amount over a certain thing. You got to keep him on your roster.
Bonus day rule. They had to discourage Sandy Koufax.
Well, he was one of them. Every team might have had 1 or 2. And imagine a guy taking up a roster spot for the whole year. He never played. 18-year-old kid. He's not going to play in the major leagues. The 3-1 is low. Ball 4. Nielsen comes in, walks 2 men in a row. Now the Angels have to bunt. And let's face it, the Yankees to get 2 runs in the inning will be tough enough. Here comes Buck Showalter, and he's on the gallop, to get Nielsen.
They have a similar rule to that now, John. If you take a player in what they call a Rule 5 draft, and he has to make the roster for an entire season, the Major League roster. The Blue Jays did it a couple of years, too. I think one with Sil Campusano and another time with Derek Bell before they brought him up this year. They had to keep him on the roster the whole time. If you don't, then you have to offer him back to the club from which you claimed him. And sometimes you just, if you have a strong enough team, you just let the guy sit and watch the major leagues go by on the bench and then send him down to the minors the next year if you think he's enough of a prospect.
Jerry Nielsen fails in his second outing, and Rich Monteleone will come in. Now the Angels, of course, will bunt the runners over, I would imagine. And if they get another run, hey, they'd have a 3-run lead going tonight. Members Only believes you're never too young to learn about fashion, starting with Members Only outerwear and jogging suits in girls' and boys' sizes. The looks and styles you'll never outgrow. Members Only at better stores everywhere. And this year, Members Only and the Yankees remind you to register and vote. There's no excuse not to.
John, while I was walking around between innings, I did some snooping around, and I did get some information on a trade the Yankees might be working on. And from what I hear, the Yankees are talking to the Angels about Mark Langston. And what Whitey Herzog wants for Langston is Kevin Moss to play first base every day, and probably Bernie Williams. So the Yankees have to, A, decide if they want to pick up that kind of contract. Mark Langston makes a lot of money. He's 31 years old. And he made the All-Star team and pitches well. And whether they want to give up a couple of their young guys.
Well, if they would give up one of them, I guess you could say, well, it's okay. I wouldn't give up both of them. I mean, I can understand why they want Kevin Moss, a big banger. I don't know if I'd give up both players for Mark Langston. Might give up one, though.
Which one? I'd give up Kevin Moss, I think.
I would give up Kevin Moss, yeah.
And I'd give up either one. I'd give up Bernie Williams. I think you'd be giving up more if you gave up Bernie Williams. But the Yankees desperately need pitching. They desperately need pitching. And you might say Langston makes a lot of money. But let's remember, Langston signed for what? Something like $3 million a year when he did sign that big contract. And now, Greg Maddux just turned down, what, $5.4 million a year. So what's he going to get at the end of the season? Langston could end up being a bargain.
$5.6 million.
Right.
Joel Sherman of the New York Post comes in the booth. I'm sure he has many a cogent comment to make on this game.
You know what Joel tells me? That whenever he walks in and you say Joel Sherman's in the booth, his dad, who listens to the games a lot,
yes,
but he listens in spurts, you know, turn it on, turn it off. Whenever he turns it on, he hears it. So he's asking Joel, are you always in the booth?
Yeah, sure. He's not doing his job. He's always hanging around bothering us. I met Joel's dad, a lovely guy. I mean, a terrific guy. He told me some great funny stories.
And he really knows baseball, unlike Joel.
Yes.
Just kidding. Joel knows baseball.
Yeah, Joel.
But Murray Sherman knows baseball.
Hey, terrific guy. Oh, here's Mike Fitzgerald. With first and second no one out, Rich Monteleone is in. He has completed his warm-ups. Fitzgerald will be bunting. You can bet on that. Move the runners up. Monteleone to the plate. Fitzgerald squares and bunts, and it's a beauty. No one's going to get him. How do you like that?
No one went for the ball. I mean, that is somewhat intrinsic to the game. He bunted down third, and no one went to the ball.
Well, what they did was the play that they had on, John, they had Stankiewicz covering second. They had Charlie Hayes faking as if he would come in, but he was the only one who could cover third. So it was Monteleone's job to come off the mound to the right side and field any ball hit toward third base. But that was such a good bunt. It was too far for Stanley to field, and it was too far down the third base line for Monteleone to get there in time to throw out the runner at first base. A perfect bunt, and the defense the Yankees had called simply was not good for that play.
Another fine mess, Ollie. Bases loaded, no one out. Here's Gary DiSarcina, right-hand hitter. And he lines a pitch foul down the left field line. The Yankees, of course, have to bring the infield in. Two walks by Jerry Nielsen. He left, and then the perfect bunt single by Fitzgerald, and they are loaded up with no one out, and the Angels try to break this thing open. Pitch. Cut on a miss. Second strike. That was the circle change by Monteleone, and DiSarcina was way out ahead. Gary tonight is 1 for 3. He has an RBI. It'll be an 0-2. Gonzalez at third. Stevens at second, and Fitzgerald at first. With the infield ready for a play at the plate. Now time it. They go balk.
That's the second time that's happened to Monteleone this year. They just called a balk, and the Angels get a gimme run and have a 7-4 lead.
I don't know what he did on that one. I'm going to have to watch the replay. They just showed it, and I don't see it.
Did they feel that he was moving the glove up to make the move?
Well,
Anyway, runners on second and third. A runner's in on the balk. It's now 7-4, and a base hit would make it 9-4 and end this game. Pitch is looped to right field. It is a base hit. One run is in. Here comes Fitzgerald. Chartable's throw is offline. DeSarcina goes to second. It's a single, 2 RBIs, and California takes a 9-4 lead. And everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And the Angels have put this one out of reach.
the Yankees are simply playing lousy baseball right now. Just terrible, terrible baseball. Everything they could do wrong, they're doing wrong. They're not getting the big hits. Offensively, they're dead. Their pitching not doing the job. Rich Monteleone, who has been brilliant all season, comes in. He's put into a jam by Jerry Nielsen. Nielsen comes in, walks the first 2 batters. The Yankees just doing everything wrong, not playing good fundamental baseball, not playing smart baseball, and they're on the verge of losing their 5th straight game and the 2nd straight on this 11-game West Coast swing.
With their best pitchers. Bologna hits a bouncer to second. It'll move the... Raced in for the line drive and trapped it, said the first base umpire, Tim Welke. Chartable didn't think so. And then he fired an unbelievable strike. And the runner on a base hit to fairly deep right field, medium deep right field anyway. DeSarcina was just safe. What a throw by Chartable, and it was right on the money. However, he did score. It's a single and an RBI for Soho. It is 10-4 California.
I just saw the replay, and I don't know if he trapped it. He's got a very long glove, so what might have happened was the glove was there, and it looked like it bounced inside the glove up to the heel.
I just saw a replay. I thought he trapped it. See it again, Mike. Look at it. So you tell me what you think.
Yes, he trapped it.
He trapped it. But anyway, he made a great trap and a sensational throw, and came up empty. Came up empty like the Yankees on both counts.
Well, I think the chances of them scoring 6 runs in the 9th are not very good.
I don't think so either.
I mean, not that I don't want people to stick around for the postgame.
Pitch is cut out of miss. Well, of course they will do that. You know, this is the Angels have this terrible lineup we're talking about. Well, they have 10 runs tonight.
And this would be their 5th straight win.
There's 1 man out. It'll be an 0-1 to Junior Felix.
Line, it's a base hit. Down the right field line, it'll roll to the right field corner. Around second or third is Soho. He's getting green lighted. The relay throw home is cutting time. It's a triple for Felix at an RBI. And the Angels lead it 11-4. And the Yankees are getting tuned up right near Disneyland. In the inning, here comes Mark Connor. In the inning, Jerry Nielsen came in the beginning and he walked the first 2 men. Kind of a no-no when you pitch relief. Then a center base hit by Fitzgerald went for a base hit. That loaded the bases. A balk forced in a run and moved the runners up. A single by DeSarcina knocked in 2 runs. That's 3. Bologna grounded out for the first and only out, moving the runner to third. He had taken second on the throw home. Then Soho singled in a run. And that's the 4th run of the inning. And Junior Felix just tripled in the 5th run. Yankees bring the infield up.
September 28, 1991 at Kansas City.
Luis Soho has 3 hits on the night. Bologna has 2. You know, the Angels have 14 hits and 11 runs. Boy, as William Bendix used to say many years ago, what a revolting development.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this is the life of Riley.
That's what he said it is. It'll be a 1-0. The pitch to Von Hayes was low. Yankees bring the infield in to cut off the all-important 12th run. Monteleone deals. Pitch outside. And the count's 2-0. Brilliant conversation. I would trade Kevin Moss for Mark Langston. I think that'd be a great trade. Happy getting that.
How about Bernie Williams for Mark Langston? Well, I guess I would do it. It depends what they think. The Yankee brass think of Bernie Williams. I mean, if he's going to be the greatest player in history, no. But if he's just going to be a nice player, yes. They have outfielders. Now what? Another balk on Monteleone. How do you like that? I don't think I've seen that. 2 balks in the inning, forcing home 2 runs. Mike, tomorrow, I know you'll do this. I just see Monk Meyer on the bench talking to Mark Cotter and to Buck Showalter. Monteleone obviously has mechanical impairment on the mound. And I don't know what it is. I'm going to look at it again. I don't know what it is.
I think he's bending his back. That's what they're calling, and then coming up before he even goes into the windup. That is really, really, really tiny.
So the balk forces, it's the 3rd time it's happened this year, though, with a runner at third base. Pitch is up high, so it can't be coincidence. Twice in 1 inning. So that forces in a run. He's twiddling the ball in his hand, looking for the sign.
Then he bends, and that's when they call it.
So the balk. The pitch is popped up by Curtis. This inning is actually going to end. Charlie Hayes off third in foul territory. Makes the catch, and that ends the inning. And the Angels get 6 runs in the inning, which I think should kind of somewhat wrap up the game. 6 runs on 4 hits. No errors, no one left. 2 balks in the inning, and at the end of 8 innings of play, it's California 12 and the Yankees 4. And the Yankees are getting their noses rubbed in it. Now the question is, do they like it or not? Pitch is cut out and missed. It is 12-4 California, 4-7-1 to 12-14-1 against a team that has probably the worst batting order in the major leagues. This is New York Yankee baseball.
This is Curtis Sliwa of your Angels in the Morning. You can hear us every Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 9, right here on WABC New York.
Right away, here is Mike Stanley. Stanley has a double in 3 trips. And he lines 1 foul down the right field line. Don't be fooled by imitators. Snapple's 100% all-natural fruit juices are just that. 100% all-natural. From Dixie Peach to Vitamin Supreme. Cranberry Royale to Apple Crisp. Snapple natural beverages made from the best stuff on earth. Pitches outside. And the count 1-1. Well, Mike is going to hurry down afterwards. He'll be on MSG for a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how angry. There's a hot shot grabbed by Gonzalez at third. The long throw is past Stevens. He couldn't come up with a scoop. It'll be an error, but in a way they should call it a base hit. Gonzalez made a great diving stop. He took a double away from Mike Stanley. Then he threw low, and Stevens couldn't come up with a scoop. We'll see how they call it.
I think they just said error 5. And you know why I like that call, John? He made an absolutely phenomenal play to get to the ball. He got to the ball, so that's the hard part of the play. Then get up and make a throw. He made a bad throw, and that's the E5.
And a better first baseman picked that up because the bounce was way in front of him, so he had time to look at the bounce. But there's a 1 bounce to Stevens. Go to second for 1. The throw back is in time for the double play. And the Angels have won the ball game by the score of 12-4. It's a 3-6-3 GP. I imagine, now the official score can give the win to who he wants, but I imagine it will go to Chuck Krim. He would get the win. Scott Sanderson would get the loss. The point I was going to make, Mike, is you'll be going downstairs to report on MSG and get a feel of what it's like. I hope this ball club is angry and annoyed and unhappy and upset, because if they're not, and then the second half is going to be a very bad one. There's plenty of time to right the ship, or as Michael Ray Richardson once said, the ship be sinking. And I hope this team is going to get angry, because they're a better ball club than this, and if they don't want to play better than this, they deserve all they're going to get.
they're just playing embarrassing baseball right now. In fact, what they seem to be doing offensively, John, they almost seem to like they're swinging the bats underwater. Almost as though they're playing in quicksand. There doesn't seem to be any emotion, any drive, any fire. You know, it'd be really unusual if they're cashing in their chips in game 89 of the season. There's no need to do that. But I know that just talking to a couple of Yankees before the game and after last night's game, they all realize that a bad road trip kills the season, period. Just kills any hopes they have of having a good season. So now they've lost the first two games, as you mentioned, with their two best pitchers against the Angels, who they came in here thinking they should take 3 or 4. Well, they're 0-2 on an 11-game road trip, and their two best hopes for wins in this series have already gone down with L's. It looks like it's going to be a long road trip unless they do something, and I hope when I go into that clubhouse, there are people throwing things.
Oh, I hope so, too. I really do. So we will begin. It's 1:30 in the morning back home, so 1:36. So we'll begin our Yankee post-game show in just a moment. Final score tonight, California 12 and the Yankees 4. We'll get back and have the highlights and the lowlights. More lowlights for the Yanks. And then, of course, all the scores and all the details on the scoreboard. So if you aren't sleepy at the present time, hang with us, and we'll be right back with Yankee post-game in just a moment. That'll wrap it from the Big A for the game. California wins at 12-4. This is New York Yankees baseball. Back out the Big A. Yankees get humiliated tonight. That's a good word, because this is a bad ball club, the Angels. I mean, it's the worst batting order in the major leagues by a lot. I would prefer any other batting order than the Angels, not even in the major leagues. And they just beat the Yankees 12-4. And if the Yankees aren't upset with themselves, then they have no hope, because they played terrible baseball, and they have been beaten 2 nights in a row by really a very poor ball club. Okay, we're just wondering and see how everything is set up. Okay, we're all set to go.
This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the test of the heart.